Hey guys, it's me, Ryan. How y'all doing? Just wanted to kind of touch base with y'all. I haven't made a video in a while, so I just want to touch base with you on what's going on in the country right now. The Mueller investigation's over. No additional indictments. So, no Russian collusion, which is what just about every Republican knew from the get-go. We wasted millions of dollars, a lot of resources, and a lot of time, investigating an election that Trump won fair and square. And the Democrats just had a hard time with it. During the campaign, they kept on giving Trump a hard time because he said he might question the results of the election. And they gave him down the road for that. But yet, when Trump wins, they spend 2 years investigating because there's no way he could have possibly won that election fair and square. It's just hypocrisy, which is what the left is known for, to be truthful. But it doesn't surprise me. Adam Schiff has been one of the ringleaders on it, pushing lies on CNN and MSNBC, and they're more than happy to help him lie to the American people about what really happened and what really didn't happen. For whatever reason, they hate Donald Trump, and they'll do anything, including lie to everybody in America about what he's done and what he hasn't done. But thankfully, the truth has come out, and Mueller come to a rational decision in my book, which is more than I can say for the prosecutors in Chicago, which segues me into the whole Jussie Smollett issue. Now, as the time of recording this video, Jussie Smollett has just had 16 felonies dropped. And that's in regards to he faked a hate crime, said 2 white people and, beat him up in the middle of the night, 2 o'clock in the morning during a polar vortex, and screamed, "This is mega country," which is just ridiculous. I mean, anybody with half a brain could see that it was a scam in order to try to paint Trump supporters as evil, racist. The narrative that the Democrats have been pushing since Trump won the presidency. Or before, since he started running, racist, misogynist, xenophobic, whatever. There's so many ists and isms and that they have to label people. And for a group of people like the left who like to label people so much, they have very little capability in looking at their own lives and the problems that they have with them, in themselves. But point being, Jussie Smollett has gotten away with this. I keep hearing white privilege, white privilege, white privilege. Well, Jussie's mixed-raced. It's more of a class-based privilege. I came from a middle-class family, but I myself, I struggle financially a little bit because as most of y'all know, I'm a recovering addict, and I put myself in a deep hole, and I'm trying to dig my way out. Trust me, it's a whole lot harder to screw your life up than it is to get it back, and that's what I'm struggling to do right now. And I've been clean for a long time now, but while I was using drugs, I ruined my life, and it's been hard to get it back, but I'm working on it every day, and I've been clean for several years now, and I keep putting one foot in front of the other to reclaim my life, and I can honestly say that if I was in Jussie's position, which I'm not, because I wouldn't think a hate crime, but say I was. There is no way that I could, that I would have the money or the resources to make 16 felonies disappear for what amounts to $16,000 and some community service that he's supposedly already done. If it was me, I'd be in jail tomorrow. It's a class-based system. It's not. It has nothing to do with race. I truly believe that. Now, is there systemic racism in this country? Yeah, I believe there is. I believe there probably is. I think that we're trying to get rid of it. I think that we're doing a pretty good job on trying to get rid of it. I think that the left is going too far with it, where with pointing out racism that doesn't exist. But there's plenty enough racism out there that exists. You don't have to make it up. Point out racism where it truly lies, and I'll help you fight it. But, to make up a fake hate crime, to push an agenda, to push a narrative, destroys, the claims of real victims of real hate crimes. And it makes it more difficult to point them out, to separate them and fight them as we should, fight the racism like it needs to be fought, Anybody who's been a victim of racism, should be angered to the core over this Jussie Smollett fiasco. This does nothing to help, get rid of racism. It makes it worse. It makes people skeptical of any hate crime going on in the future, and that's just unfortunate. It's more than unfortunate. It's just wrong. We got to be able to get rid of racism, in every way. And if people are skeptical of whether racism exists or not in a certain situation, then it makes it that much harder to fight. So he has done a real injustice to the American people and to, social justice in general, because, any time that you make people skeptical over things, it makes it that much harder to produce change. It just does. And the Chicago Police Department and those who worked on this case, who know what really happened, who have worked so hard to prove it, how big of a disservice this is to them. I hate it for them. I hope maybe the federal government can step in and investigate what happened, because I truly believe there's corruption in that deal somewhere. Now, where that corruption lies, it's too early to say for me right now. I'm not the one investigating it. I do pay attention to the media, but that's the media, and we all know how trustworthy they can be. So you got to take things with a grain of salt and try to figure things out on your own. And I tell people what I usually do is get information from 2 or 3 sources, and where the information intersects and they're alike, that's probably where the truth lies. Everything else is probably just opinion, or agenda driven, whatever, But yeah, we'll see where this goes. But yeah, I'm with the people that are truly angered over this Jussie Smollett deal, because whether you're black, white, whatever race, if you wouldn't have had the money and the contacts that he had, you would not have had this sweetheart of a deal that's not a plea deal, but is a plea deal, but not a plea deal, whatever it is. They dismissed the charges, so it's not technically a plea deal, but yet he forfeits the $10,000, so it is kind of a deal. It just doesn't make any sense, of what we know of our justice system. It just does not go along with that. So we'll see what happens, but if you like, I'll put my PayPal information in the description below, and if you want to help me out, help me grow this channel. And I'm trying to, like I said, I'm trying to save up to buy a new laptop. Hopefully I can do that. My old laptop kind of took a nosedive on me, so I have to get a new one. And if I do that, if I'm able to do that, then I can produce better quality videos, and hopefully can entertain y'all, bring y'all better information, more information in a more clear and concise way. So if you want to help me out, you're more than welcome to. It'd be greatly appreciated. If not, that's fine too. Leave a comment, like, share, subscribe if you want. If you don't. But thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.